gonna go run over. Okay, welcome to the barn. So today we got this beautiful E36 AMG. Beautiful and super rare. This is coming in on a commission basis. We do sell cars on consignment. So if you do follow us on Instagram, or if you've recently subscribed to us on here, which we're nearly at 3,000 subscribers, which is crazy. We only deal in very, very special, mainly German stuff. We do deal in all sorts of stuff, but we do specialize in Mercedes and BMWs and Audis from like the sort of 70s, 80s, 90s. And this one today, we've had him for a little bit because it's had a little bit of work done with us because we want to make him as best as we can. If you go back to our previous video, you see what we've done to this car, and this is the sales vid. If you're looking at this and you've come from the eBay ad, you might be looking at this video going, oh, I want to buy that car and I want to make sure it is what it is before you phone up and call and book a viewing. So this is for your benefit. If you're coming here because you just want to see some cool AMG stuff from the 90s, this is also going to be cool because we're going to go a quick walk around it, take it for a spin, and tell you what it's like. This particular car is an E36 AMG, W124 or C124 if you're very fussy, because that's what they actually are. W124s is a general thing in the saloon. The C124s are the coupes, A124s are the cabriolets. Now, this car is that perfect combination of silver on black. I absolutely love silver on black Mercs. And believe it or not, back in the day, silver was quite common on Mercs, always has been, still is. But the black interiors, really quite rare. This car is a full 3 boxes ticked AMG thing, so it's full option. It has everything. Heated, massage seats, air conditioning, cruise control, auto, absolutely everything that would have come on these cars when they were new. Now, I've been recently told that I thought that these all came with AMG kits, and apparently they didn't. That's one of the boxes that you have to tick. They all came with the monoblocks and those big brakes behind them. They're real tight. But this car comes with everything, and it genuinely is beautiful. It's done 155,000 miles. I'll correct this if I'm wrong. And it's just been MOT'd. Please go back to the previous video that we did in this, because we've done an inspection on it. We sent it up to our friends in 187. They've gone right through it before it went through an MOT to make sure that it goes through an MOT without any issues. It is such a clean car, like such a clean car. Obviously, if you are interested in this, we have ramps on premises, so you're more than welcome to come down. We'll chuck it on a ramp for you to inspect it properly, or I could do a walk around video like I'm doing with this right now, and we could do a quick video underneath, which in the previous video, we have done before the work even started. So it shows you how clean the car is. We want to be honest as possible so that you have confidence in buying from us. So where do we start? This is one of the best 124s that I have ever driven. Full stop. Like, I have driven lots of these cars. This has been so well maintained. It's ridiculous. It's got full Mercedes-Benz service history. Underneath is just beautiful. It's on Michelin Pilot Sports, which, I mean, like, when you go to look at cars, always look at the tires. It's a great indicator to how well this thing's been looked after. The wood inside is beautiful. The interior is gorgeous. Black on these cars always wear really well. And I don't know why, but like every time I've had one with a black interior, they look so good. It does not look like it's done the mileage that it has because it's being so well looked after. The history with this car is huge. Stacks and stacks and stacks of paperwork. In general, like, as you can see from the paint and bits and pieces, it's in beautiful nick. Right, we're going to switch cameras. I'm going to run you through it quickly and give you a quick run around with the GoPro, and then we're going to take it for a little spin, show you what it's like. Let's do this. Here's a little quick run around of the AMG. Now, as you can see, it's in beautiful condition. C36, AMG, genuine tips. I mean, like, these were the king of subtle, weren't they? So like, when you look at them, if you don't know what you're looking at, you really wouldn't think it was anything special. But these are incredibly special, incredibly expensive back in the day. These are more than house money. That's how special these things were. This thing has obviously been fully optioned, so it comes with the AMG kit, which is the side skirts, rear bumper, front bumper. Front bumper is a Gen 2, this is a Gen 2 kit because it's a facelift car. It is beautiful, as you can see. Oh, look at that. And all of these come with monoblocks, and the brakes. Look how tight that caliper is to the wheel in the back there. They are big, and it's a 3.6, so 280 brake. This car is silver, comes with a beautiful black interior, and the interior is just gorgeous. Like, very minimal bolster wear. The wood has been refinished on this car and it's beautiful, as Nick touched upon in the last video. It's gorgeous. Obviously sunroof, electric memory seats, cruise control, massage, lumbar support, armrest. It is a 4-seater, so it comes with a separate back. These have never been sat in. Those can be put down with the button on the dash, which is there, little headrest button, so it pops them down. Stock stereo. This is an auto car. They are all auto. I don't know why I'm even mentioning it. These are all auto. And of course, it's completely pillarless, being a 124. Now, if you're looking at this, looking at the advert, you know what it is. But if you're not privy to these things, this is a pillarless coupe. So these windows do pop up. So it's very cool. And like with the sunroof open, it gives us such a great feeling when you're rolling down the road. Pillarless coupes are such a beautiful thing, and they're like non-existent now. They don't really do coupes that are pillarless anymore. The bodywork is in beautiful shape. Now, it's not perfect. I would say it's an 8 out of 10 car. I mean, obviously, if you wanted it immaculate, it could do with bits here and there. But obviously, if you called, I will let you know exactly where those bits are. You can't really see them, and it's hard to like show them on here. But if you're really, really fussy, if you're looking for a show car, then it would have to need little tiny bits, but nothing major. Obviously, everything is really, really solid. This car has had front wings before, because all 124s do suffer with problems with rust, and the wings look to be genuine because the gaps are lovely all the way down. Let's have a look under the bonnet. Look at what the business side of it. This car has got a ASD in it, and it has got self-leveling as well. It's got self-leveling rear and ASD. The little button on the dash, which I'll show you in a second. They call it like snow. It's basically a diff. It's a limited slip diff. Under here, beautiful condition, like beautiful. Important to point out, someone's gone to the effort of putting a Mercedes battery on it. This car has had full Mercedes-Benz service history, and it will have one more before it goes at the main dealer. But yeah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous condition. Where they normally rust in behind the headlights, it's in beautiful shape. Down there is in gorgeous shape. In general, everything is nice and stock. Nice and normal, exactly how you'd want one. What we're going to do is kind of speed up a bit because the clouds over there are looking a little bit angry. So I want to try and get like a drive-in and a couple of drone shots before the rain comes. Last thing to mention as well, it's on Michelin pilots. And they're pretty much new all around. This car is, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. So let me get a couple of drone shots. Let's get rolling. The weather is taking a turn really quick. Typical Wales. Seat bundlers. These are very cool, and because the seat's so far back, it is quite handy, and they both work, which 124 coupes usually they don't. I don't know how privy you are to 124 coupes or C124s, but they are just beautifully built and very easy to drive. I'm going to stick the windows up as it goes. This car back in the 90s, like as I said, huge money. Back when Mercedes were the best built cars in the world, before they are right now. And I mean, they're still built really well now, but in the 90s, they were pinnacle. They were the best of the best. And it's the first thing you notice when you start driving this. Everything feels quality. The doors shut with like a nice little thump. And the seats are just gorgeous. And these are, like the carpet is like really thick and sumptuous. It is like beautifully built. How these cars have taken so long to come up in value, I honestly don't know. Rolling down the road, it's a completely stock car and it rides so well. None of this modified crap that we do. But like this car, completely stock. The rear is SLS and it rides perfect. No bouncy, no knocks. It's gorgeous. The engine, that 3.6 is so flexible. Like driving around and you just dabbing the throttle a little bit. Obviously I've driven, as I said in the last video, I've driven loads of these cars, like umpteen amounts of them, and this is the best example by far that I've driven. When you are looking at 124 coupes, if you're just here looking at this thing thinking, I'm going to buy a 124 coupe, maybe not this one, never really look at mileage. Look at maintenance. It is everything. You can have, these are old cars now, so you can have a low mileage version that hasn't been maintained as well, and the rubbers have perished, and the shocks are not being replaced, and in general, they just ride like bags of shit. This thing, none of that. It is so tight. Steering box on it is beautiful because these cars do come with steering boxes and sometimes they're very slack. Gearbox, very, very tight. No slip. It's really, really nice. And the power. Now, obviously the 4 cylinders, they have their place. I like a 220, I mean, in the facelift 230s in the older one. The 230s are a little bit more sort of, pre-facelift came with like a 230, a 300, 324 valve. The 230 lump, that 2.3, is like from a W123, they're very old tech, and they quickly upgrade them to the 2.2, which is a much better engine. 3 litre from from the pre-facelifts are lovely. They're a lovely engine. M103s, and they're bulletproof as well. And then they did a 3-litre 24 valve, which is like the hybrid between the M103 and the M104. This engine is a 3.6, so it's based on an M104, the 3.2, but then obviously AMG took it and then bored it out and done his work to it. And honestly, they're about 280 brake. I say 200, about 280. I'm sure they're 280 brake. I will find out exactly, and Dad will put it here. But it's not the brake horsepower. They built them to take on M3s. It's a completely different car. Like, it's torque. So like, we're cruising around at like 2,000 RPM here at like 55, 60 mile an hour. And it does it effortlessly. It's just wafting along. Remember, these were made to go down the Autobahn very, very fast and comfortable to get to your meeting as fresh as humanly possible whilst looking as cool as humanly possible. So just rolling through traffic in it just feels so well put together. Obviously we're coming up to a bit of traffic now, so I won't be able to give it a little bit, but once we clear this here, I will give it some, no doubt. But like, the gear changes in this car, I'm going to change it from economy to standard. I did say in my last video it was sport, and I got ridiculed and told it was standard, not sport. I was always under the assumption it was sport, but you know, I will take a telling, not a problem. And yeah, the gearbox in this car, I don't know what they've done to it. I don't know what AMG breathes on it, but it's very sharp. So like, if I go to put my foot in, it up chains straight away, and then it starts pulling. Like, that's only dropped down again. That's not in kickdown. And it pulls, and it generates speed very quick. Like, it doesn't hang about. It's nice and quiet in here. Like, really quiet in here, and you can use this thing every day. As someone clearly did use this thing every day, I absolutely love it. I don't know what more to say about it. If you did come from the eBay advert because you are interested in this car, and this video is like a little bit of an insight to what it's actually like, you're looking at something that is very, very well maintained, and you can definitely use it most days. I've had that question asked a lot about 124s when I sell them. It's like, oh, I'm going to sell my daily, and this is going to replace it. Or, you know, people come and say like, I want a classic that will go up in value, because these cars are starting to make money because people can use them. Parts are still readily available. They're not, I mean, although this is super rare, lots of it share a lot of the parts with the M104, and everything is just obtainable. Yes, I mean, like, there's lots of specialists around the country that will look after them for you. It's a big benefit to these cars is that you can chuck your family into this, or you can use it on the weekends, or you can use it to go to work during the week. You know, like if you had like a nice sunny day, you thought, I'm going to take something special to work, make you feel better. And that's what this does. It you can jump into it and use it. I would jump into this car and drive across country, across Europe, wherever, and I wouldn't have a hesitation. And I know it will get me there. So let's give it a bit of a boost down here. Oh. Start getting past. Let's go. Strain the kick down. Just past the Phoenix. Oh, it gathers pace so quickly. And like, what I say about the gearbox being sharp, watch. And the brakes are great. It's just like, it's like a standard 124, but 25% more. It's just 25% better everywhere. It's just a wonderful thing. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into what this car is about. If you are just coming onto our channel, we deal in very special stuff. So give us a subscribe. I think we're almost at 3,000 followers, which is very cool. Yeah, we just love doing this sort of stuff. If you have something to sell, or you want something to us to sell on consignment for you, something special, drop us an email. We've got a website coming up very soon. That's like a super site that will have auctions on it, and we'll be selling your cars through there as well. We'll be advertised on our site, and we know the most about them. So just keep an eye on our Instagram. It's the best way to keep an eye on everything that we do. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for subscribing. We love this every day, and hopefully see you soon.